Let's solve this question on rates of work. Water flows through a cylindrical pipe of diameter 4.2 centimeters at a speed of 50 meters per minute. Part A, calculate the volume of water delivered by the pipe per minute in liters. So work out the first part, and that is you're supposed to calculate the volume of water delivered by the pipe per minute. So you're given the cylindrical pipe. It has a diameter of 4.2 centimeters. Then the speed of flow is 50 meters per minute. That means for every 1 minute, water flows for a length of 50 meters. So to get the volume of water delivered per minute, that is in 1 minute, we need to get the volume of this cylindrical pipe having a diameter of 4.2 centimeters, and then we're going to use the length of that pipe to be 50 meters, because for every 1 minute, water flows for distance of 50 meters in that pipe. So part A, we get the volume of that pipe, which is the volume of a cylinder, is given by pi r squared height. Now you need to be very careful. You can see here we're given the diameter, so that means the radius will be half of this, to be 2.1 centimeters. Again, when you look at the length is given here is 50 meters, that is the rate of flow, and then we have the radius as centimeters. Let us work with the uniform measurements. So I'll convert all the measurements to meters. So convert these are 2.1 centimeter for radius in meters. So this one, to convert these, of course, you divide by, these are 100 centimeters is equals to 1 meter. So to convert 2.1 centimeters to meters, we divide by 100. This will give 0.021 meters. So therefore, the volume will be given by pi. We use 3.142 times the radius, which is 0.021 to radius squared, times, then this one is the length. You see the height, we're going to take the height or the length of that pipe to be 50 meters. So this will give you the volume in meter cubed. So when you multiply these, you'll get 0.069281 meters cubed. You're going to give the volume in liters, so you convert this one to liters. So remember this, that 1000 liters is equals to 1 meter cubed. So to convert these, you need to multiply by 1000. So this one will be 0.069281 times 1000, and this will give 69.28. Give this one correct for significant figures. This is liters. So that is how you're supposed to work out the first part. Part B, a cylindrical storage tank of depth 3 meters is filled by water from this pipe at the same rate of flow. Water begins flowing into the empty tank, storage tank, at 8:30 a.m. and it is full at 3:10 p.m. Calculate the area of the cross section of this tank in meters squared. So there is a cylindrical storage tank. It has a depth of 3 meters. It is filled by water from this pipe that we've calculated the volume in the first part at the same rate of flow. So water begins flowing into the empty storage tank at 8:30 and it is full at 3:10. So the first thing we need to get is the time taken to fill this tank from 8:30 to 3:10. So time from 3, so to get the time, 3:10 p.m. 3:10 p.m. This is the same as 15:10 hours, and we are going to subtract 8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. in 24 clock system, that is 08:30. So 8:30 a.m. So this one is 08:30 hours. So we get the difference to get the time, and this will give 6 hours and 40 minutes. The rate of flow is given as 1 minute 50 meters. So we need to get the minutes. So this one in minutes, 6 hours 40 minutes. This will give 360 plus 40. So this will give 400 minutes. So this is the time taken to fill the tank. Now with that, we'll be able to get the length. We'll be able to get the length because we have the rate that for 1 minute, water flows for 50 meters. So what about for 400 minutes? So water will flow for 400 times 50. This will give 20,000. This will give 20,000 meters. So that will be the rate of flow, 20,000 meters for 1 minute. That is for 400 minutes. 400 minutes, 20,000 meters. So this one will help us to get the volume of that tank, because this one will now be the height, will be like the height of that cylindrical tank. So volume of this tank, because this is pi r squared height, so pi r times the radius. Remember the radius, using the radius of the pipe that is in the first part. Remember from this second part, this storage tank is filled from the pipe you given initially there, and that pipe has a radius of 0.021 meters. So that is pi r squared. Then the height of that cylindrical tank will be 20,000 meters. So this will give the volume of that cylindrical tank that is filled with 400 minutes. So when you multiply these, you will get 27.71. I'll give this one correct to 4 significant figures, meter cubed. So that is the volume of that tank. Now we need to get the cross section area of this tank. So now that we have the whole volume of that tank, we'll say the volume, which is 27.71 meters cubed, is equals to, remember when you're getting the volume of the cylinder, we get the base area. The base area is the cross section, the area of the cross section, or what we call the base area, and then times the height. So the height, we're going to use the height as 3 meters. That is the depth of the tank. That will be the depth of the tank. So this will be 27.71 meters cubed is equals to cross section. Because we don't know that, we can let that on to be x, then multiply by the height of that tank, or the depth, which is 3 meters. So therefore x, which is the cross section area, will be given by 27.71 divided by 3. And because this one is meter cubed and this one is a meter, when you divide this one, you're going to get 9.237 meters squared. So that is the cross section area, or the area of the cross section of that tank. Then we go to the last part, which is part C. A family consumes the capacity of this tank in 1 month. The cost of water is 40 shillings per 1,000 liters plus a fixed basic charge of 16.50. Calculate this family's water bill for a month. So the family consumed the capacity of this tank, which is 27.71 meter cubed, and consume at this rate. This is the cost of that water is 40 per 1,000 liters. So we need to convert this. So we have 27.71 meter cubed. We convert this one to liters by simply multiplying this one by 1,000. Total of these 1,000 liters is equals to 1 meter cubed. So that is why we're multiplying by 1,000. So this will give 27,710 liters. That is the capacity of that tank. So for every 1,000 liters, they pay a fixed charge of, not fixed, but 40 shillings. So we need to divide this one by, so we get 27. So we get 27,710. We divide by 1,000, because for every 1,000 liters of this tank, they pay 40. Then when you get that, you multiply that by 40. That will give the amount of money they pay for every 1,000 liters of this tank. So this will give 11.08 and 40 cents. So that is the cost. And then on top of that, there's a fixed charge of 16.50. So now to get the total cost, you take 11.08 40 cents, and then you add 16.50. You have 16.50. So this will give 27.58 and 40 cents. That is how you're supposed to solve that question.